I forgot to send Cuse a link. He wants to watch. So I'm sure he'll probably type in the comment section, but let me send him a link real quick. Uh, okay, video live stream is live. Content. I don't see the time. Type live. Let's see. Okay, is this now? I don't see today's stream. Yeah, let me go to my. Hey, I don't know why Cuse don't get a links. What's up, Tony Moore? What's up, Michelle? Notifications, I mean. Why doesn't Cuse get notifications? Kid Mac. Yeah, this ain't working, bro. I don't know, Cuse. This is not working, homeboy. Live. I see everybody live but mine, Cutes. Cutes, man, you gotta do better. Okay, view channel. There we go, right there. All right, now let's copy this link. Share, save to watch later, save the playlist, download, and share. I got you, Cutes. I got you. Let's see, Cutes. Got you. All right, Cutes. All right, so what's up, Candace? Abruptly starting. I didn't want to keep y'all waiting too long. You know what I mean? Couldn't get the camera going. Then I just used the bathroom before I even turned the camera on. So it told me to go back. And there was still a lot of urine in me, too. What up, Mac? You see my fighting Irish doing it? I did. I really did. I was impressed. Jam Master J, what up with you, Lo? So, because of Jam Master J, everybody, y'all can blame him or thank him, depending what side of the coin you're on. But Jam Master J changed the meet and greet to May. First few days of May. First, second, third, fourth, really the second, third, and fourth. So, because of him, and he's supposed to be an Aries, but now I'm kind of suspicious of his real birth date and how old he is. We might be having a minor hanging out drinking with us. I'm not sure, but so it's changed to May, you guys. And the ladies of KMV, I got it, y'all, and let y'all know the dates, which is second through the fourth, but the homies from Compton are popping up on the first. I don't know where they stand at. All the ladies want to know where you guys are staying so they can be close. They want to be in close proximity to where all the fun is. But I don't know where y'all stand, so I couldn't tell them. No, but you're around to drink. You know, kids can't go in a bar, homie, right? You don't go in a bar and see kids sitting at the stool, right? Okay, Alexis Park, y'all. Anybody want to kill me, sock me, punch me out, film me on camera? Alexis Park, y'all. We're gonna be at Alexis Park. All right, ladies. Okay, MV, Alexis Park. Skunk Dog, you got that? Alexis Park. That's where we're gonna be at. Tony Moore is not gonna come, but Tony Moore might show up. We'll go to Japanese steakhouse or something. His treat. But because I'm not going to Baltimore, y'all. With all this health shit, plus I got a couple of doctor's appointments in April, multiple doctor appointments in April. So no, I'm not I'm definitely not going to the East Coast for sure. Not in April. Not in May either. Now, June or July or August, I'm still open to that, but we'll just have to see. May 2nd, that's what's up. You should bring your wife, man. No, I'm just kidding. Don't bring her. Don't even show up, man. Enjoy your wife. Y'all been married a long time. You've been cheating on her for a long time. You've been playing on her for a long time. You've been trying to get with her sisters and cousins for a long time. Go enjoy that. Go enjoy that. Don't get caught. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm really being serious, but I'm really joking. Right? Kev, who you going with this Super Bowl? Y'all ask me that all the time. This is not a sports channel. And all I'm going to say is the Lions ain't going to win the Super Bowl. That's all I'm going to say. hoping for your safety and security, KMV, Mac heads, and Maniac. You don't have to hope for my security, man. A motherfucker killed me in my condition, he'd be doing me a favor. Man, I ain't tripping off that shit. Niggas been talking about killing me ever since I put a blue rag in my back pocket. I am not worried about that. I might be scared of you when you pop up. I might be scared when the boogeyman confronts me, but I ain't worried about it. It is what it is. The Vikings might make it. The Vikings are one of the few teams with a good defense and a good offense. So I'm kind of liking the chances of the Vikings. But this ain't a sports channel. If y'all didn't know, we got Capping with Mac. Y'all could go over there every night and you won't see nothing for the last 2 months. You could go over to the sports channel, but ain't nothing been up there the last 2 months because y'all like to come over here and talk sports. Yeah, I never seen so many men around so many women that want to talk about sports. But hey, let's get it cracking with the cash out. I don't know, man. Hey, you know, everybody had a Christmas, a New Year, got bills to pay. I mean, if they got it, they got it. If they don't, they don't. Go young DJ. We could do that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, DJ. I'm anxious to take some more pills and go to sleep. You know, I went and picked my medicine up, and I didn't know I was gonna do it. But Little Caesar said, "Here, man, go pick your shit up." So I went and picked my medicine up, and I'm actually happy about it. I think it's working already, but we'll know more. We'll know more tomorrow or the next day. But I think it's working pretty good already. Kiba, what's up? Your cousin informed me about your situation. I really didn't even want to talk about it, but I know the homie gonna give me some good advice and tell me how stupid I am for the stuff I eat and how stupid I am for messing around with a broke down ass transmission. So I had to call the homie and get scolded, right? I don't have no parents to scold me, so I had to call the homie. Boy, he gave it to me bad too. He gave it to me raw. Like, nigga, you want to walk around with no feet? That's on you, nigga. He like, it's all in your control. It's all in your diet, how you feel, if you want to make your doctor's appointments or not, and stuff like that. So he kind of convinced me to do everything but have surgery. I am not having surgery on my back. This nigga said they put him to sleep and made a small incision in his back and pulled out like some jelly out his back. I said, nigga, no way. No way. You ain't putting me to sleep and doing nothing with me laying on my stomach. Period. Nigga, what? I am not Joan Rivers, nigga. Jerry Allen Jr., Jam Master Jay in the house. Good looking out, my brother. Good looking out. Good looking out, man. Appreciate that. Candace Kirksey, sweetheart. Good looking out. OG Steve, what up, what up, what up, what up, OG Steve? Well, you know, like, because I'm not full diabetic, it's controllable. It's all in my diet and exercise. So I did go walking today. I went walking, but I'm going to be honest. My foot felt like I was walking on rocks instead of needles when I got back to the house. I'm like, man, I don't know how much more walking I could do. Maybe I need some walking shoes. I don't know, but I'm about ready to give up on walking. And I think I told y'all for 2025, I'm not going to be answering that phone. Y'all can't call me. I don't want to talk to but about 5 people max outside of the family. I'm cool. I need this year to myself. I need it to myself. Work on some things. Try to make all my doctor's appointments. But I'm going to be honest. Just like my grandmother, I don't know if I got it from her or it's a coincidence, but grandma used to reject things that the doctor suggested to her. So I already declined getting shock treatments. I'm like, I ain't doing no getting shocked. I ain't doing that. She said, we have to do your legs, we have to do your hands and your upper body. We can do one a day and one another day. I said, how about we not doing nothing today? And maybe we can do the all that another day. Definitely didn't panic, but I let her know, you just a doctor. You don't run nothing. You're just a doctor. You concentrate on medical. And I'll tell you what I will agree to and not agree to. All right, lady? OG Steve, good looking out. That's hood, Steve. That's hood, my brother. You talked about me so bad about truck driving. I said, forget it and reach further for more money and less stress. Definitely less stress helps. I ain't saying quit your job. I ain't saying turn your money down. I'm just saying work a little smarter, not a little harder. And you got to get rid of that stress, man. That's the best thing I got going. Everybody in here, probably every single one of y'all that know me on YouTube or in person, probably think I got high blood pressure or would have high blood pressure. Nah, I don't. All the soups, all the top ramens I eat, all the salt I put on stuff, all the French fries and seasoning. Nah, I don't have high blood pressure. I really don't. And my sugar levels are cool, but obviously they're not great if I'm diabetic. But like she said, I ain't full diabetic. It's controllable. All I got to do is watch my diet. So I don't need no insulin or nothing like that. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm just, my body is just hurting the hell out of me. But I'm not afraid. I'm not panicking. You know what I mean? Yeah, that high crib pressure, man, is cool. I got cool crib pressure. Cool crib pressure. And yeah, my DNA is fine. But my feet, my body ain't though. We gonna get it right. The sciatic nerve is just killing me. Are you considered borderline? Yes, I am borderline. I'm borderline between pre and diabetic. I'm not just pre-diabetic. I'm right there on the edge of being diabetic. But she just said, I forgot. She said something about don't eat fish too. I don't eat fish anyway, so that don't matter. But she told me cut out the ice cream, the donuts, the sugary foods. What else she told me? The pizza and the cheese. I don't know why she told me cut out the cheese, but I'm like, that ain't that hard. I just had to get my donuts, and now I got to get one more fat burger, and then I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna go eat some soup now, some chicken soup right now, and take some more of that shit. Stop eating bread. I haven't ate bread in a minute, but I'm gonna eat a hamburger. Well, I ate donuts. Donuts are bread, but like I said, last night was my last day on the donuts. I love bread, but I'm not eating no bread for a while, except for if I go to Kentucky Fried, I gotta eat a biscuit. And when I eat this hamburger, I'm not eating a hamburger with no bread. Hey, can I get a fat burger with no bread? Nah, that don't sound right. I'm not doing the. Matter of fact, I'm not even eating. I'm not even eating the ground beef no more until I get this hamburger. I love white bread. Been eating white bread all my life. See, once again, Classic Jones, we got all these doctors up in here. All these doctors up in here, and my doctor didn't tell me not to eat no bread. My doctor told me eat toasted bread. Make sure the bread is toasted, and she didn't say no white bread. So I'm good, homie. I'm good. I understand precautionary matters. That's all right. Precautionary is good. But no, it ain't like I'm in dire need of changing my diet like that now. Now let's talk about something else because this shit is bothering me. I don't want to talk about my health right now. If you walk daily, you can eat the same. Like I said, I still walk. I started back walking. But my feet, man, my feet ain't, and my feet, it's really my left foot. My left foot ain't cool. Get SAG to help you choose weed. I got an older auntie that keeps telling me about this weed. She don't even call it weed. She calls it, what's another term for weed nowadays? She don't call it weed. Like, she's too good. She's a good woman. So she don't want to call it weed. Like weed is a drug. No, not reefer. She calls it something else. But I'm like, no, I don't want none of that. I'm cool. Meet and greet all ladies. These guys better show up. I don't know who's gonna show up, and I don't know if anybody new is gonna show up. But Skunk Dog's a regular. him and his son. So if you like young dudes, you might be able to bust you a youngster. The two homies from Compton, Sag will be there. Two Pretty Kenny flaked last year, but Two Pretty Kenny's usually around. Who else? Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald flies out from Atlanta. Who else? I think that's it. And then you have a couple different women. Kenya came the first year. Kenya bought a couple friends, but one friend kicked it. Shaniqua showed up 2 years ago. She kicked it the whole time. She was good. She was in good hands and she was good company. Big Lee. Can't forget Big Lee. Big Lee comes out from Connecticut every year. Big Lee comes before everybody and leaves after everybody. The Goob and his family showed up the first year. Somewhere along the lines of medical marijuana. But that's not the term she used. Something about medical. Some term like similar to medical, yeah. Or maybe she just called it medical. I don't remember. You can get New Balance, that's comfortable sneakers for people with. I got a lot of New Balance in Inglewood. I got a lot of New Balance in Inglewood, man, but I haven't been to Inglewood and I don't plan on going. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what she called it. DJ and Reggie already out there. Yeah, DJ's already out here. I don't know if Reggie would be interested. Reggie might want to fight somebody. Reggie be like, nigga, put your dukes up, nigga, and make sure your gloves are small, nigga, with no padding. Reggie be like, nigga, we going 3 rounds, 180 seconds. Reggie might want to wobble somebody. West Side, Ebby in the building. What up, Ebby? Salute my sister. Miss 702 got so many uncles, so many sisters up in here, brothers. I'm like, damn, 702, you done created a whole family over here. We gonna start calling it the 702 family around this joint. What up with you? Reggie did a dope interview with his moms. Is that right? Send me the link. I would like to check that out. No, I don't be trying to fight people. I want to see that interview. The one I watched today, I watched the interview today. Some guy interviewed Little Caesar, right? And he wants to interview me. So I checked out his channel. His channel ain't got no subscribers, no viewers, but he's been around about 2 years. And I don't know what type of questions he asked because Little Caesar talked for the whole hour and 40 minutes. But I thought it was good, though. I mean, it's the same thing me, 702, and Reggie, and everybody else do, where we StreamYard and have a guest come on. So I might do it. I might, you know what I mean? Caesar did it. I don't want to be like I'm too big for the small channel or nothing like that, but he's interested. 702 has somebody interested in me as well, but I haven't spoke to him. We haven't followed up, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I would like to hear that deep story from his mom. You know, me and Baby Shawnee, man, about probably every 3 or 4 months, we always say my father would have been a great interview. It's too bad I never interviewed my pops. You got to remember, pops died when I had, or after I had the magazine. I wasn't doing the videos like that. So I never asked pops for no interview. I would ask him a few questions. But yeah, now I missed a great interview. And I would love to interview my mother. My mother would have shocked the hell out of y'all. But I wasn't doing interviews when my mother was alive. So there's no way I would have ever thought about interviewing my mother. But I'm sure that's a good interview. We don't see sons on YouTube interviewing their mom. I would like to do that. Yeah, go for it, DJ. Go for it, homie. I seen one of them cameras, I guess it's similar to yours, at the pawn shop. I thought about putting it on layaway, but I said, no, you know what? I'm not going to mess around right now because it changes everything. It uses different type of tapes and formats, and I don't even know if it takes tapes. I didn't really look at it. It might take similar type of SIM cards, but I doubt it because the camera's so big. But I'll look into that later. Easty Crip, what up, homeboy? 69 times, homeboy. 60 plus 9. 80 in the chat, 38 like. Yeah, man. So when I start doing these stories, no, it's 83 likes, homeboy. I sold my Sony F13. Still one of the best cameras. All right, all right. Mom's was a straight G cam, Mac. That's what's up. That's what's up. You talking about my mom or Reggie's mom? But I'm definitely down for a deep interview. I mean, you got to do something different. All the stuff we got going on with this beefing and starting shit, and talking about snitches and homosexuals. We got to do something different. And that's something like me and Caesar was talking, and we had a great conversation. We talked for a long time. And Caesar was telling me how he used to watch all these channels, and he cut a couple of them off because they be telling homosexual stories. And he's turned off by that. So he say he don't subscribe to a couple of them channels anymore. And he gave me one name. He didn't give me the other names, but he gave me the name of one channel. And the only hint I'll give you is he's never been on KMV. The guy who was telling these stories he don't watch no more has never been on KMV. And he was telling me about some other dudes that he was watching, but he feel like they just knockoffs of me. So he's not really interested in those guys. And I confirmed for him though. Them dudes really gang bang. Them dudes was really out there. So don't just shun them off like they nobodies. You know, just leave it at you don't like their content. So this can be a difficult place for us. It can be very difficult because you gotta be able to attract the crowd and you got to be able to keep that crowd's attention. So am I a booty bandit story? I don't know, Crystal. What your booty look like? Huh? What you like in your booty? You know, I got a friend that like to use hair grease. You like hair grease in your booty? Like, nigga, it might help your booty hairs grow. Like, nigga, what are you doing, nigga? This nigga want her to have good hair in her booty or something. Nigga. Some I used to be deep on prison YouTubers. I don't watch them much anymore though. It's hard to watch a lot of YouTube content from various different people because you got a life, and then some are just better than others, and some personalities you like better than others. So it's pretty hard. I got blue hair grease and green hair grease, homie. I got blue hair grease, homie. I love the old stories about your mom and brothers. Classic. I was telling Baby S Mac that today. I said I really got to find my niche because obviously the channel's been doing bad. But I told him that a lot of people are starting to tell me they like the family stories. So I got to find a way to really get into my family stories. The problem with the family stories is like telling stories about fighting and shooting enemies. People gonna get mad. I don't want the family mad at me. We supposed to become closer and love each other as we get older. So I don't want to run them motherfuckers off. I have a funeral and y'all be the only motherfuckers show up. Y'all show up tagging my casket, KMV, ladies at KMV, KMV family. Like I'm from Inglewood or something. No, I don't want to run the family off, you know what I mean? So I gotta be real careful. Just like I am with a lot of the gang content. I got to be real careful. By the way, I had to plug my book today. So I was looking for a story to tell on one of my homies, right? And I'm going to tell that story this week coming up. But so I'm looking in my book to find this story so I can refresh my mind, so I can get my mind back right, remembering the sequence of events and the details in dealing with the story. I'm reading through the story. It wasn't in the book. If it's in the book, I couldn't even find it. I could not find it in the book. I found some of the other stuff though. But so my point being, Sprung is really a good book. If you haven't purchased Sprung or stole it from somebody and read it, man, in your free time, if you like to read, go buy Sprung by Kev Mac on Amazon.com. It's really a good read. Like I don't remember putting all that stuff in the book. And I'm glad, like some of the stories I told, like the Inglewood story, I'm glad I didn't put all the details in there. But I mentioned something about there's more to the story, and I just didn't put it in the story. So, man, it was a good read. I was pretty impressed. Sprung 2 now, I don't plug that. I don't look at it, you know what I'm saying? But I always did plan to revise it and put Sprung 2 back out. Yeah, check it out. It's a good read, man. I swear to God to y'all, man, with my left hand on the Bible. Not my right hand, but I swear to God with my left hand on the Bible, y'all. I didn't know I mentioned so many homies' names. I didn't know I mentioned the roll call of some of our real solid homies or homies before they became no good. But you understand my point. Um, really good book. I even read the letter from my homeboy Peanut, right? And I said I'm gonna call Peanut, and but I didn't. He called me first, and I was telling him like, man, I was just about to call you, man, but you know I got the plan with my camera, and I didn't call you. And I told him why, because the same shit he tells me in that letter that's in the book is the same shit I'm going through today. So I was telling him, man, I'm still stuck. I'm 18 years stuck in the same place I was 18 years ago. The only difference is I don't sell dope. So I can't bounce back like I could before. And I didn't have financial problems back then. The only financial problem I had back then, I might have borrowed some work from somebody and I had to pay them for the work. You know, I wasn't even paying bills then. I owned the house and I wasn't ever there. So I didn't have no rent to pay. And where I stayed at in LA, in Windsor Hills, they were smokers. I paid them in smoke. I paid them in rock and crack. You know what I mean? And then might give them a few dollars to go to the stores. I used to pay them to do shit for me. Like go to cleaners, go to the store, go to the grocery store, shit like that. Um, but yeah, this paying as high as rent is like it's crazy in a way, but in a way it's grown man shit, grown woman shit. This is what you do when you grown. You become responsible and you have responsibilities. But back then I didn't have none. But I could bounce back anytime I was broke. So yeah, if y'all once again plug, I'm plugging my book, Sprung on Amazon.com. And I never do this. I never say it's a good book. Y'all don't hear me say that, but I'm saying it right now. Sprung is a good book, man. If you like to read or you just interested in me and my lifestyle, go get Sprung, man. It was pretty damn good. There's names up in that book and incidents in that book. And now I'm gonna just say this last thing about the book. I was actually doing an autobiography from a kid, from moms and them moving to LA from my birth, all the way up into to when I wrote the book, right? But what happened was it was so much information and it was too much to edit and put together. The book would have been like this big. So what I did was, because to put a book out was my goal. So what I eventually did after years of writing and throwing it away and starting over and then collecting some of my material, I actually took out little inserts from my autobiography and put it together. So it's not really in your traditional book format. It's really a bunch of small stories put into one book. So a chapter might be 3 pages, 3.5 pages. The next one might be 10 pages. And it's a lot of chapters because it's not fully written out in a detail because this was supposed to be an autobiography. So it's just a lot going on. So I took a bunch of small pieces and pieced it together as one book. But it's a good read, man. It's a good read. Probably if you don't like baseball or you don't like betting on football, stuff like that, you probably skip over that. You probably don't like that. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, man, I'm not finna read this shit. And a little introduction into craps, which people find very interesting, but I wasn't finna read over that. But I was reading some of the other chapters and I was impressed by the book that I put out. So yeah, if you ain't got it and you don't have know nobody with it, go order it off of Amazon. I got this hat from Jam Master Jay, Jerry Allen. Mississippi. He gave me this hat when he came to the meet and greet for my birthday. I like how you would give some best to Pops, give some best. Oh, yeah. And he went and put them in for you and you won. Yeah, Pops was eating off me for a long time and he wouldn't tell me. I found out two ways I found out. His girlfriend slipped up and told me when they wasn't together no more. She slipped up and told me about all the money they was getting and the taxes they was paying. Pops slipped one day and told me too that he paid for my taxes off the money. He said, I had to pay taxes on your money, but I didn't take it out your money. Well, goddamn, nigga, you copied the ticket. Now I see why you paid my taxes. Because you was happy you won, so you just went ahead and paid my taxes, fool. But he didn't tell me that he was doing all that shit. His wife told me. I mean, his girlfriend told me. Man, I'm itching like hell. I hope it ain't that nerve shit. Fuck, I'm itching bad. Or allergic to that medicine. Damn, I'm itching bad like a motherfucker. I'm gonna have to rip this doctor thing off my arm in a minute. Shit. Forget waiting. I'm gonna do it now. Fuck. Oh, shit. That hurt it. All right, I'm good. But my arm is itching. I hope I'm not. Nah, I ain't no crabs on me. I ain't had no pussy on me. It can't be crabs. Well, maybe I did, but she didn't have no hair on. She was fully waxed on me. She didn't have no traces of no hair. Bitch even had a bald head like Isaac Hayes. She came over with a wig, man. A wig glued on, too. She glued that shit on with Elmer's glue. She had wood glue on her wig. I keep forgetting. I told Miss 702 I was going to tell this weave story. I never told the weave story, so I need to tell that weave story. It's pretty funny. It might not be funny to y'all, but it was funny to me, and I think about it all the time. No BBWs, bro. No BBWs. Your pops and your uncle were some stone cold players. Absolutely. Without question. Cliffy, hey, if you're up, Coco Golf is on. Okay, but I'm not doing Coco Golf tonight. Maybe we could do Coco Golf on the sports channel tonight. If Cam Mack got to come find you, he's bringing that left hook with him. I don't know, man. The pain be going up through here and shit. I don't know if I could get that left up. I got crabs in 82 from a one-leg girl. True story. Damn. Ain't nothing worse than a one-leg woman with crips on me. How's AC? What's Crazo Fight Story? I don't know what Crazo Fight Story is. He's been promising me that for 2-3 years. AC is in the hospital, man. He's not doing well, but we gonna pray that he come home and get back in great health. Kev, did you see Ice-T Spasm? I did. I wanted to call him about it. I wanted to send him the video in case he didn't know that the video was out. But I said, you know what? Haven't talked to him in a while. I'm not going to bother that man with that. Do you think Coco Gauff might be the next great after Serena Williams, Kev? No, I do not. But I will say this. She shows flashes of being great. I never really liked Coco Gauff's attitude. She gets down on herself. She gets mad at her trainer. She gets mad at the judges. I don't really like that. I think you have to have a level head when you play sports, especially in a one-on-one type of sport. She's been watching her since she was, 16? Maybe 15, but 16 for sure. And she's very skillful. She's very skillful. She's not consistent, but no, I don't think she'll be the next Serena. Serena used to have attitude too, remember? Serena had a complex about herself, but then she goes and marries a white man, and you had a problem with white people not accepting you. So she really wanted to be accepted by European America the whole time. I ain't mad at her for it, but that's where her attitude stemmed from, and then she run right to him. We are confused people sometimes, aren't we? We confused as hell. Man, they blowing me up. What Derek Lewis say? Hilarious shot call, true story, best lay of my life. Man, you got a wife, man. Why you be talking like that? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tony Moore. You a foul individual. Cause me, if I ever was to get a wife, nigga, I'ma love my wife. I'm gonna be a sucker. I'm gonna be a real sucker because I'm gonna love her. I'm not gonna be cheating on her and reminiscing over some old pussy. She gonna be the wife because I like her pussy. Period. That's one reason why I never got married. Another reason is the headache. I could do without the headache, man. Most Compton females have attitudes. Oh, all right. I don't know about that, but they give good head. If you didn't know, Compton girls got the best head in California. Quote Mac, I'm trying to knock down one queen and put the past behind. Absolutely, man. Just like when you get out of prison in the 2000s, you want to leave the prison shit behind. You want to get in, you know what I'm saying? You want to enjoy life. So forget all that shit. Forget the crimes. Forget the criminality and putting in work and selling dope. Go get you a truck or a YouTube channel. I'm being funny, but I'm being for real. You get you a truck or a YouTube channel, man. I would love to have multiple wives, High Chief. Before I became mature, I wanted 2 wives on me. I wanted, whichever one was bleeding, you go in the other room. 2 bedrooms, but only one could sleep with me unless both y'all off your period, man. But I don't think like that no more, man. I just want to love one. I only need one. I don't need 2. And I don't need no exes. We need another funny smoking story. I'm still laughing at the time your homie and your brother found the bag with the Primos. That shit was funny as hell. That was me, Roscoe, my brother. And I don't think I told y'all the name. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I know in one story I slipped out and told her name. No, I think I told her name in that story, but I left her name out one of my other stories, though. I want to marry a whore. Ain't nothing wrong with that, shot caller. You marry that whore. You make sure she fuck everybody, too. Make sure she bring that smelly ass pussy home to you every night. The power of the P can be good or bad. I would be content with the good one. That's right, cowboy. That's right. Grown man, mature, faithful type shit. Commitment to one woman is enough. I couldn't imagine trying. Okay, we got a couple brothers that agree with me. Tory Thompson, all right. I thought I was on the island by myself. I thought I really became a sucker. I thought I graduated to sucker status with a degree in suckerism. Apparently not. I'm glad you men feel like that. I'm glad y'all feel like that. Yeah, man, but you be careful with them whores, man. I just turned in and I'm already roll. You just tuned in, all right. The funniest story was the fight with you and your nephew. Man, that shit wasn't funny, nigga. What was funny about me getting a black eye, nigga? What was funny about me going out drunk, nigga, and taking an L, nigga? What was funny about that, cuz? Cause you cold. You really like to see me get my ass whooped, huh? That nigga fired on me and he really was gonna get me. He tried to get me in that pool. He tried to get me in the pool. Oh, man, that would have been America's most embarrassing moment right there. Kelmac falls in the pool and don't know how to swim. Nephew knocks him in the pool. You know I would have been knocked out, right? That would have been the story. Kelmac got knocked out and he fell in the pool. You know that's how the story would have been spent, right? But no, every time I see my nephew, man, I think about getting some get back. I'm joking, man. I love my nephew, but you know, I was facing a life sentence because of him, man. They thought I was giving him dope and selling the dope in the school, man. I didn't have nothing to do with that. That nigga was stealing that dope. Cuz should have took the case. He was a minor. He worried about his mama knowing he sell dope. Nigga, everybody in your family sell dope. Your mama ain't gonna care that you sell dope. Nigga, I'm finna have a life sentence, nigga. What you want, my room? You want my shoes? Nigga, Why you want me to do life, nigga? But he cool, and he got squabbles. He took karate when he was young. Probably, I want to say maybe 9, 10 years old, he took karate. And then he became a chess player. His chess playing days, his career in chess ended when he was in a competition, and he had made it all the way to the end, and he had to play a girl, and the girl beat him. Let him tell it. He let the girl win. He felt sorry for her, so he let her win. I don't know. That does fit his attitude. He is the type that would let a female win. But he was a hell of a chess player. I don't really see him giving it all up to let a little girl beat him. JJ laughing because he met the nigga. I said, this the nigga right here gave me the black eye. He like, oh, Hunk, it's all good. No, it ain't good, nigga. I gotta live with that the rest of my life. It's not good. Nigga, if it was some nigga in jail, it'd probably go away. That nigga might be dead or I never see him again. Nigga, I see you at every family function. It's never gonna go away in my mind. You gave me a black eye, cuz. And you wasn't scared of the Mac 10 or Mac 11. What did I have? A Mac 10 or a Mac 11? You wasn't even scared, nigga. I felt like I started to kill you just because you wasn't scared. Just because you wasn't scared, I started to kill you. Like, nigga, you supposed to run, duck, yell, something, nigga, apologize. This nigga walked up to the car, cuz. That nigga was crazy, cuz. It was another one when you and Space Ghost went to the park. You like, I'm glad this nigga in front, for sure. Manchester Park, 1992. See, if I'm lying, I wouldn't remember the places and the years, but you know, some niggas say I be lying. I even named some names. I remember Duck from 11 Deuce, Sule from A-Tray Hoover. You know what I'm saying? But I be lying. I be making shit up. I got a good Space Ghost story involving me and Space Ghost, but I don't know the Space Ghost would agree to that story if I tell it. And plus, Western Ave told me don't tell it, so she made me think maybe I shouldn't tell it. But it ain't involving no crimes, but me and him. And it's old, so it's past the statute of limitations. He treated your Mac like it was a water gun, man. Hey, for real, man. Did Big Mumpy confirm Monster Cody's story about shooting a shotgun in the park? He absolutely did. He changed a piece of it, though. But yeah, it was a true story. I forgot what part he changed. It had something to do with the shotgun pellets or something. But yeah, true story. True story. It's not that I need clearance. I just think my recollection and his recollection may differ. Based on his reputation and who he is, he might not want to accept my reality or the reality of how it really went down. So, you know, I don't want to stir nothing up with the homie. You know what I'm saying? Or have us at odds over a true story, right? But it is a true story. Family members will usually give family members a pass. Yeah, probably so. But it's their brother, and they knew him before me. So sometimes you become a little more sensitive to subjects dealing with family members. 1992, a value meal at McDonald's was around $3.24. Now I have to assume a large fry is around that much. Yep, absolutely. You know what story made me die laughing? Your homeboy, you had to keep fighting over and over. That's crazy. You know why? Well, it depends. I don't know which one you're talking about because it was three of them really. It was a brother from 190, my homie Lil No Good. You know what? Chico from 90, Scooter, Tiny Crip Cal from 60s, Head from 5860s, and then Tiny Bosco was in the cell. So it could have been any one of them. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I've been thinking about telling some Tiny Bosco stories, but because Tiny Bosco is from another another section. I really don't want to too much indulge in that, right? But I think the people will like some of these stories. I just think the people in the stories won't like them. My cousin got stolen by our 75-year-old uncle, closed up his eye instantly. I never let him live that one down. I wouldn't let a nigga live that down either, but I wouldn't have let that nigga punch me out and get away with it. Nigga, you 75, nigga. You could trip that nigga and win that fight. Nigga, do something. Do something real cheap. Wait till you get ready to go piss, nigga, and kick that nigga in his back. 75? Remember, I was going to do something to a nigga that old in one of my stories that stole my dope many years ago. But I gave him a pass because he was an old motherfucker. I just popped him upside his old ass head. He begged for life. So, I felt bad. I give him a pass. I just purchased a paperback copy of your book, Mac. Thank you, BC. Thank you. I got 2 copies around this joint. I know I got one up in there. I don't know where the other one is, but yeah, it's a good read. I think you're going to enjoy it. Tell Mac, what burger places would you create the ultimate meal? Burger King, negative. McDonald's, fries, negative. Church's Chicken. Church's Chicken don't have burgers, do they? Old apple pies for me. I like McDonald's apple pies, to be honest. The OG apple pies, not the new stuff they got going. Come to think of it, why everybody always want to fight Mr. Kidman? I think because I was always skinny and light skinned. That's why. You figure the story that I was going to tell, you got big ass Roscoe with muscles, penitentiary dude, YA dude, and you got Lil Hog, big old squabbler nigga, strong as hell, old East Side ass nigga. That like to fight and shit. He the type of nigga got flea bites on him, and he ain't even tripping. He ain't tripping that he got all these spots all over his face and arms and legs and shit. That nigga like, so what? Let's fight. That nigga wasn't gonna pick one of them to fight, but now you got skinny ass, light skinned Carmack that like to sleep. He gonna pick me and hope I want to stay asleep. He ain't thinking I'm going to jump off the bunk mad as hell and put my shoes on. He ain't thinking like that. But shit, he got it a couple of times, man. I would have just squabbled one of the big niggas. And might not have been a good idea, but at least he would have been respected. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you let the littlest nigga in the cell knock you out a couple times. Not out cold, but, on the ground. Like, nigga. Really? If I was fighting Mac, you not finna put me on the ground like that, nigga. We gotta go another round. I'm gonna be my nephew now. Nigga, you gotta get a black eye. You too light skinned, nigga. You gotta get a black eye. I had 3 black eyes in my life. Maybe 4. 4 black eyes in my life. Got a homie to try knocking out an old man doing a flock, and the old man wasn't phased and knocked my homie out and called pops on him. We always clown him for, man. Most fades, you saw someone run at once in county. Most fades, you ran back to back. I haven't really seen. See, you got to remember, when you in a module, you basically, you didn't say module though. You said in jail, in the county. I ain't seen nobody too much running fades back to back. Like all that stuff you hearing on these other channels, them dudes is something different. Them dudes is, I guess, confident, or them dudes is fighting dudes that ain't in their weight class. They and it's really a thing to line it up now. Back then, nigga, it was on sight. You get in with your enemy, one of y'all getting rolled up. We ain't running 4 or 5 fades, nigga. You getting out of here or I'm getting out of here. And you ain't go sit around and keep taking fades. I don't know what they're doing today. But when we in there going chess or just getting them up to get our skills up, Oh, you was running fade every time the cell opened. Because the cell didn't open too often. The cell opened when you was going to a visit, a shower, or on the roof to get some yard time. That cell wasn't opening up no other time. So as soon as the gates racked, it was on. We going at it like two pit bulls. So I would say the most fades I ran back to back was actually friendly fades with all them guys I named. Me and Lil No Good, me and Chico from 9-0, me and Boxer from 190, me and Tiny Crip Cal from the set. Tiny Crip Cal got squabbles though. Tiny Crip Cal was a skinny nigga like me, but he was with the bullshit. Tiny Crip Cal was solid homie. He a down ass homie. He would run them fades like a mug. He's actually cousins to Roscoe. Him and my road dog Roscoe are cousins. So they kind of cut from the same DNA. Kilmac, what happened to Homeboy Criminal? I don't know. I just know one or two had turned Hoover. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. After I did that video, I had about 7 of them hit me up and say I had my info wrong on that. But you can't take away my experience. You can't tell me I didn't see dude turn. That's what you do with Jan Brewer. Jan Brewer's not doing an interview with me, period. Rocky Campbell. A lot of big fools be fighting cats that are smaller than them. They don't like to size up. Slick over there wrestling with a midget right now, talking about if I win, you gotta pee on me. Nikki Lee, what up? I think y'all like when I go live late at night, man. I think we have a better showing late at night, even though the East Coast be sleep. Right, exactly. I heard they turn. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just know what I know, and I seen what I seen. Now, like I always say, if I tell a story about J.A.J., Jerry Allen, the only thing he can do or somebody can do is correct me on some misinformation. I might have got a name wrong. I might have got where I hit him wrong, or I might have got it wrong with who stole on who first, right? But nigga, I ain't making these stories up, so it's gonna be always centered around truth. So you may slightly disagree with some things. That's fine, man, because we see things from different sets of eyes. Like I always say about the car accident. We both see the same car have an accident. That's not up for debate. But what we seen in that accident, we may have seen some different things. You might have seen the lady fly through the window. I might have seen the car hit the car in the back. I might have seen the wheel fly off. I might have seen the airbag hit her and bust her lip. You know what I mean? And you might have seen some other shit, but we still seen the same car accident. That don't make it a lie. Did we lie about the car accident? Nah. We just remember things a little differently. Did you know Boo Manson? Nah, I always heard about him. I don't know him though. I still see 190 Rudy. Him and Roscoe was a good one. 190 Rudy actually left a comment on the video. And he gave some extra details. I don't remember the details, but I think he played football. I think he told me I could get in contact. No, he said something about I could have got the story from him or something. But I didn't know how to get in touch with him. But it was glad that Rudy seen the video, and it's glad that Rudy agreed with the video. And that's what I'll be saying. A real nigga gonna see my video. Like I told a story about the A-Tray gangsters in the module, right? Having beef with one of their allies. The allies all told me I was wrong, I got it wrong, and I shouldn't be speaking on them, and it didn't happen. They always been good. The A-Tray gangsters said it was all correct. They all agree to it. They all remember it. So see, sometimes people not going to agree with you. No, I'm not lying. No, I didn't have it wrong. Because one set agreed with me and the other set didn't. I did not have the story wrong. Or both sets would have disagreed with me. You feel me? And I need in 2025, I need to stop worrying about who think I'm lying or who think I got it wrong. I need to just block that shit out and just worry about the KMV family, right? But yeah, 190 Rudy was solid as a motherfucker. And all East Coast know it. So to dude who said the most fades I seen back to back, I was gonna say I seen some back to back to back to back with a dude from a particular set going at another dude from a particular set trying to lay him out. So you could always be sure when they both hit the tier, nigga, it was finna be some knife play. But I ain't gonna mention the names of the set or none of that. But that was the one I seen the most with the back to back to back. That right there. Because dude wouldn't roll. Dude that was getting stabbed and on the losing end, he would never roll it up. The deputies would always say, "You want to leave?" "No, I'm not leaving." "You sure?" "I'm not leaving." So he would take it. He'd go back to the tier every time. Nigga, y'all patch me up or whatever. He'd come back with patches all over him and shit, waiting for the next session. Yeah, Reggie, I gotta stop doing that, man. I gotta stop doing that. But what I want you to understand, Reggie, it be some real dudes that's really that was really respected in the culture, and so I try to give them their respect. But it's a difference in calling me a liar, and I don't appreciate your story. You know what I mean? That South Side of Phone story was hard too. That was one of my favorites because it was a real incident that I would have got my ass kicked for sure. I would have got my ass kicked. I ain't even gonna lie. Uh, that dude had squabbles. OG Cowboy Talk Show. What up with it? I salute and respect what you do, brother, because a lot of people on these platforms don't tell the truth about situations and events, speaking facts besides cartoon, mailman, SAG, OG Bam, Big Cartoon. The Mac Kids and Maniacs know better. You've been on here too long. If you were lying, some would have came out with evidence saying otherwise. Say your word, hold more weight than people actually know. Well, I somewhat agree with that. I think my word holds a lot more weight than a lot of people. Damn near all of them on YouTube. Damn near anybody that's gonna speak on anything that's been on YouTube. You feel me? I do think that. I believe that. Shit, 702 and Goob say my word mean a lot. And I'm starting to believe them. Slick, what's up with you, cuz? I mean blood. I mean, that I didn't mean to cuz you, Slick. But you meant to take that C out the ABCs though. You even put the K in Slick. You got the K after the C, man, with a possibly S. Like this nigga CK and for real. Subliminals. O's. Subliminals. But yeah, man. Are you dropping any more Vertus Swan? Nah, no more Vertus Swan, man. No more Vertus Swans. Carmack's word is a solid bomb, man. Slick, you ready to cash at me for them feet? Ooh. Now he'll cash app you for some piss samples. Go pee in a plastic cup, tape it up so nothing comes out of it. Put your name on it. Send it to him like you send it to the lab, and he'll pour it on himself. But he buying feet pics too. This nigga buying feet pics and piss. Slick, I got one for you, man. Go to the bottom of your slide in your swimming pool, right? Matter of fact, empty the swimming pool. Take all the water out the swimming pool. Paint it red or whatever, paint it burgundy or whatever you're going to do, right? And then have all these ladies send you their piss. You could buy the piss from them when you buy the feet pics. I want you to take the piss, have somebody go to the top of the slide and pour the piss down the slide, and you wait at the bottom of the slide so they pissing on. But you save all that piss until the swimming pool get filled up with piss. Then you could go jump in the pool full of piss whenever you want, homie. Save you a lot of money. You won't have to be buying no feet pictures and piss no more. You have a bunch of mixed piss. You be swimming in all kind of shit. KP Video News, y'all. It's KP Video News, y'all. You got girls getting rich. Only dad selling feet video. Yeah, I know, man. They really making a lot of money on their feet. I know a girl. I know a Mexican chick. And I also know a white chick. She thinks she black, though, but she white. I think her daddy's Cuban or some shit. And her mama white. Some shit like that. But they told me, man, that, they get with dudes and dudes pay them just to play with their feet, smell their feet, lick on their feet. I was like, damn, a woman should never sell no snatch. Y'all got to stop selling that snatch when you can just let a man play with your feet. Shit, you go to the nail shop, they play with your feet. You might well let a nigga play with your feet. Pay to play. And don't have to lay. Work easier. You feel me? Work easier. I'm like, damn, for real, they do all that? I'm like, do they lick your toe jams? They like, yeah. I'll be like, ooh, how disgusting. Cuz that's disgusting. But yeah, I seen a few people like Aisha Diaz. I seen where she left a comment about she haven't been doing the feet thing. Men love her feet. And, I've seen a couple of other women that's not famous talking about go on they OnlyFans for more feet pictures. I'm like, damn. Yeah, so you're right. They are getting money off them feet. You're right. You're absolutely right. Rich, rather. They're getting rich off of these feet pictures, man. I didn't know so many men was into it like that. What happened to 5-6 Syndicate? They played out. 5-6 played out, but the area always was 6-0 friendly, though. I'm not paying for feet nor coochie. I don't have low self-esteem. I feel you, Rob Moses. That's an ancient old topic. Shit. You take her to eat. Do you buy her flowers? You buy her a purse for her birthday? You put gas in your car to pick her up? Like, what do you do? I had pretty women with jungle feet. I'm trying to tell you, Tony Moore. But usually pretty women usually have pretty feet. Every now and then, their feet will look like a jungle. I feel you, Slick. Slick say he paying. I feel you, homie. Don't act like I ain't paid. Plenty of times I paid, but a lot of times I ain't paid shit. A lot of times you pay for a broad and she end up liking you, so you basically knock the broad. Now the broad is buying you shit and paying you to go out with her. So, like Rob Moses said, it may be low self-esteem, but nigga, if you got it like that, the tables turn. And your low self-esteem is high esteem. Because you like, damn, how'd I flip her like that? Like, where's her pimp at? Like, this nigga ain't getting no money no more. This nigga don't know what his hoe doing. But a lot of women in Vegas are solo. They ain't got no pimp. They work solo. Yeah, it's an investment. It's an investment, I had this Mexican friend, female friend, right? And I paid her for a massage, right? A couple times. Paid her for a massage. That's it. We didn't have no sex or nothing, no head, none of that. And I quit messing with her. But guess what? She checks on me every few months. Not every month, but every few months she check on me to see if I need groceries. I don't have sex with her or nothing. I don't get down with her. But she still shoot me them groceries just to let me know she's still thinking about me and all that. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Going to Harvard after building a feet pick empire. Yeah, they could go to Harvard after they get that money, for sure. I got 2 inches. I'm paying. Who want the bag? He said he got 2 inches. Damn, nigga. So it's true, man. It's true, Slick. Niggas like you ain't working with nothing. Damn, Slick. Oh yeah, I see why you paying and like to get pissed off. Like nigga with 2 inches, you can't even piss out your shit. That shit be still stuck in your balls. That shit still be in your bladder, nigga. Oh my goodness. Old school told me years ago, conversation rules the nation. Now here go the thing, cowboy. Let me give you some game, my nigga. I don't have a lot of conversation, and I don't even be wanting a conversation. But when I bought the house in Vegas and I was gambling big and going to the strip club every night, bro, I wasn't talking to none of them hoes. Guess what? Them hoes like me because I didn't have no conversation. They flocked to me. Actually, they would flock to me, homie. And I used to pay this one chick all the time, right, for lap dance. Pay her all the time. Pay her cool amounts of money for them lap dances and privates, right? But I would only do it when I would win a lot of money. Guess what? She ain't never gave me none. I ain't never touched her coochie. I don't know if she had a wet coochie or a dry coochie. Never done nothing with her, right, other than that. Nigga, all the other ones that I wasn't giving no money to, that I wasn't having no lap dance, them the ones came to the house. Them the ones that actually liked me for real. Never gave them a dime, homie. I mean, I might have bought them a drink. And nothing else. Ain't gave them no cash, no gas in their car, ain't nothing else. Didn't give them no powder cocaine, no pills, no oxycontin, no nothing. Them the ones that came to the house. So they actually do like a man with no conversation. It's just the ones that holler at dudes with conversation makes it easier for them to fall for them. The more conversation you got for them, the more you can lie to them, the more you can manipulate them. But being quiet, nigga, enter at your own risk. You taking a risk messing with me because now you guessing and assuming what type of guy I am. My first threesome, way back in like 86, probably 86. Finest girl in the neighborhood. Watch this. Shotty Mac, you still in here? Let me know if you still in the chat room, Shotty Mac. Shotty Mac, you still around? One of Shotty Mac's neighbors. That's some woman fetish. They get off on tricking, financial dominatrix. Man, I don't know what it is. I don't know what women get off on. Because one thing I learned in life about women, all of them are different. All of them different. All of them bleed every month. And when they cycle comes, they psycho comes. All different. They eat different. They like different things. They fall for different things. What they do with one man, they might not do with the next man. So I don't know about these women fetishes. All of them different. Shotty Mac gone. All right, it's all good. But anyway, it was this Mexican chick we grew up with. She Mexican, but she act black. She do everything black. Because she grew up with us. Everybody wanted her. She wasn't giving everybody none. So she was the third wheel. I was like amazed, and it was fire too. I've been chasing her since 86. I ain't never got to hit again. That's 14 plus 25 years. I've been chasing her for 39 years. Fire. It was bomb. It was the bomb. I ain't never got with her ever again. It was fire. It was bomb. Shit. I'm sure she's still around. So one of my homeboys was trying to wife her. He moved her in the house. Check this out. So he tell me come over. He want me to meet his wife. She bad. She fine. All this. She a dime piece. All this, right? So I come over. I should tell this story. The homie dead now. I should tell this story. She's still living though. And I go over there. I knock on the door and shit. She opened the door. Because he like, Kev Mac coming over. Open the door for Kev Mac. She didn't know I was Kev Mac. So she opened the door and I'm like, oh shit, Jennifer Lopez. She acts like she don't know me. She turn her head. She get the hell away from the door. And the homie walk in. He like, man, that's my wife. We gonna get married. I'm like, her? You marrying her? Man, I hit that one time. No, you ain't hit this. You ain't hit my girl. I'm like, shh, shh. So she don't even want to face me or acknowledge me. So I go ahead and leave. This nigga calls me up. Hey, Kemek, guess what? I'm like, what? He like, you didn't hit her. You hit her sister. Nigga, I know your girl, fool. I told him the name and everything. I know your girl, fool. It was her. It was not her sister. He like, no, she told me it was her sister. She lied to you, nigga. So I understood he was on sucker status. So I let him have his misinformation. I let him think it was the sister. But when I went over there next time, I'm like, hey. And she like, I'm trying to hit that shit. I don't care if that's the homie girl or not. I want to hit that one more time, homie. And she never gave it to me. The homie ended up dying and shit. I've been looking for her ever since the funeral. I'm mad I didn't make it to the funeral. I know she was in the front seat. I know she was sat with the family. Nah, he never married her. She stopped coming home some nights. Some nights she didn't make it back home. So he they kind of like started having issues. I'm pretty sure she moved out. In fact, I know she moved out at the time of his death, but they were still cool though. A lot of men are in denial. That's what I'll be trying to teach people here, right here, right here. I still try to teach people right here, man. A lot of men are in denial. I'm not one of them. I mean, it may have been moments I was in denial. When you really like a girl, you do be wrapped up and in denial. The thing is, you have to be a man and be able to face yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Now, at that point, when you're being honest with yourself, now you can say, do I want to take this chance with this hoe? Or do I want to take a chance with this ignorant bitch? You know what I'm saying? And now it's on you, like you know what you're getting into. But when you're in denial, you never gonna admit she a hoe. You never gonna admit she treating you like shit. You never gonna admit that she got you sprung. You have to absolutely understand who you are and what you're dealing with. I don't know. I never talked to Babyface about no 6 Trey Hoover stuff. I have talked to Big Rick, and Keystone gave his spiel on that. I talked to Tony Stacy about it. It is what it is, one way or the other. It is what it is. But Babyface, I've never talked to him about it. Would you sleep with her if you see her again? Or that ship? Or that ship ain't never sailed. That shit's still tied up. That shit's still right there, man. I'm jumping on that ship right away. You got to understand, I'm not trying to wife her. I'm not trying to live with her. I'm not trying to be with her more than one. I just want to hit it again because it was so good. Like, nigga, I didn't get my full scope of it. Like, and now a part of me like, okay, now you 60. I want to see if it's still good at 60. You feel me? I want to see if it's good. It was never about a girlfriend thing. It was a threesome. I just wanted another threesome now. I really wanted a twosome. I wanted to leave the bitch that arranged it out and get with her. You feel me? But it never happened. Look, I got a younger homeboy, right? And I'm telling him about her and shit, right? But he's considered a player. Like, he got a conversation, like dude said. He got a conversation. So he's trying to hit, and she don't give him none. You know what this coward did, this sucker did? And he watches KMV, but we're not on good terms. So you know what this sucker did? He bust her windows out, her car. Like, nigga, she don't want to give you none, nigga. For one, you too young. For two, she ain't feeling you, fool. Just because you seen me have a threesome don't mean she gonna give you one, fool. I thought that was some sucker shit. Who was that one homie fell in love with the hood slut that everyone hit? Shit. Nigga, the whole hood be mad at me if I start naming names. It's quite a few of them. It ain't one, it ain't two, it ain't three, it ain't four or five. It's a bunch of them. Shit. Bunch of them. A bunch of them. Kev, you didn't get to the full demo you need to do. Man, I was in shock, homie. I was 18 at the time. Man, I didn't really know what I was getting into. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know women like that yet. I didn't know what good coochie and bad coochie was. I know that coochie was something different. And I'm like, man, like she been holding on to it for a long time. No, I'm not gonna do that. Why would I do that? Hell no. That just because they fucked everybody ain't got nothing to do with me. The homies know which hood rats giving it up. I'm not gonna do that. That's their business. Just like I don't tell on the homosexuals in prison. That's their business. I might mention one or two, but that's man. I don't do that. Homie. But yeah, Tory Thompson, I didn't get the full demo, homie. Go ahead and log off. You telling too much tonight. Why? Why should I log off? And why should I stop telling too much? Y'all motherfuckers watch snitches all the time. A nigga turn on the snitch and listen to everything the snitch say. Y'all log on to niggas snitching on niggas and everything. Y'all don't say shit. I'm just sitting here talking about a homie that's a buster and or dropout. You know what I'm saying? And saying that it's hood rats in the hood. How's that telling too much? This nigga's telling on people. And y'all ain't got a problem with them. Y'all will hit me up like, hey, you see that video of such and such? No, I don't watch that nigga's channel. Yeah, cartooning them grits was kind of funny. All right, write it down and I'll say it, kid. Oh, no, that's cool. Somebody fit in that category for sure. Snitches get the most women. Snitches get everything. Nigga, they get out of jail free. They get Harley Davidsons. They get low riders. They get the women. All of that. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny about tonight, 702 and everybody else? Y'all can't blame it on drinking. I ain't had a drink. Because some niggas say Kev must be drunk. Why I always got to be drunk to tell the truth? Have you talked to Dr. Onley? I haven't talked to him, period, since his arrest. On the real, I can't stand hearing folks tell one say they saying too much, but they tune in to snitches, homos, and exactly, Reggie. We on the same page with that. We on the same page. Trenches News is fire though. Super. What is Trenches News? I never heard of that one. And I was supposed to be looking to see who interviewed Lil Caesar. He probably watches the channel since he want to interview me. He probably like, oh, he finna go in on me. He finna say, forget that interview. I ain't doing that interview. Wisdom from the OGs. No, I think that's the title of the song. The most important. Philosophical. 2,500 subscribers. 2,500 subscribers. A paid snitch from the what? From the what? A paid snitch from the. I only watch you and Sag, so I'm clueless and okay with that. Well, see, 702, you always think we talking about you. We talking in general. I start twitching when folks get to snitching. You do? I don't twitch at all. I'd be interested. Like, damn, what made this motherfucker tell? What made him tell on that nigga? Why he tell on that nigga? And why he tell this time, but he didn't tell last time? He told to stand on FBG duck case and telling on Lil Durk was a paid informant since 06. I don't know nothing about that. Was you on the streets the whole 93? They say it was one of the bloodiest years in LA. I was on the streets in 93. Yes, sir. I was on the streets almost my entire life. I wasn't a jail dude. I wasn't institutionalized or did no stretches. No, not about me. I don't know who do snitch is. I'm from Chicago. What up, Chicago? Chicago. What up with it? Super Mac time, man. I try to give y'all that real all the time. Even when I be joking, I try to give y'all the real. For real, for real. One thing I be wondering though, like this one dude that I be talking about, and I always say he watching. I be wondering what he be doing when he watches. Does he be cringing? Does he be throwing rocks at the screen like this nigga talking about me again? You know what I'm saying? But he been cool lately. He ain't been kicking my name. I ain't been hearing nothing. I just be saying all that. I'm really telling the truth about some shit. And dudes be watching and they gonna say I'm lying, but they really upset. They really just mad. Compton was crazy in 93. Yeah, I think 94 may have been the last tough years in LA. 91, the murder rate went up. 92, it went up more. 93, I think it went up more. 94 was still high, I believe, but came down a little bit. So anything after that, you can understand why people say it's watered down. Big Dev, what up? But people that came after that don't want to hear it was watered down. They want to be just as hard and tough as everybody else. Ain't nothing hard or tough about doing no life sentence for murder of one of your own. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We thought it was cool. We were duped. We was tricked into that shit. Do the Mexican gangs got more struck? Man, that's a dumbass question. No offense, but that's a dumbass question. Super chat me and I'll answer the question. Like Bam say, nigga, super chat me before you ask me a question. I ain't being serious, but I am. Did Rose Bowl parade have some flavor this year? I ain't in Pasadena. I don't know. I ain't watching on TV. Look up the paperwork. One of the paid informants helped the other big case and was paid 12 bands, 3 out the years. Trench news is dangerous. The 1990s was a bad decade for us. We lost 11 homies that decade. Yeah, my condolences to your set, man. I think we might have lost 11. We might have lost 11 in 3 or 4 years, every 3 years. I enjoyed your story about Stockton. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. That's the one video I sent to my brother. I ain't never sent him another video. But I sent him the one about Stockton. He said good video and I did a good job. I ain't sending nothing else. That nigga gonna say, you lying? Man, why you keep saying my name? Why you showing my picture? That nigga gonna pretend like he my nephew, nigga. Good night, good night, good night, Crystal. Good night, sweetheart. I know it's late where you at. We don't know where you at though. You said you was like from Watts, Minnesota, Chicago, the Bayou. You from Mary, we don't know where you at. You told 702. I ain't hard to find. Everybody in here said, shit, Crystal hard to find. What she mean she ain't hard to find? I don't know. She might be in the Bronx or she might be in DC tomorrow. I don't know. How was it like when you first got put on 60? Just a lot of gang shit. 93 and 94 was bad. My peoples from your hood was lost to me. My people from my hood was lost every year. Yeah, every year since like 80, 81, shit. Since 2011, 2012, the streets got watered down. See what I'm saying? A lot of people don't go back to the 90s. They think it's 2011, 2012. We always said it was the peace treaty in 92, but the killing kept on in the 90s to the mid 90s. I was gone 95 and 96 and 97. But when I came home, shit wasn't as tough. 98, into 97, 98, nah. We were doing more squabbling than anything. Niggas wasn't scared to stop at gas stations and liquor stores and rival hoods no more. Niggas started wearing red, all that. So everybody has their own perception of when shit got watered down and when the killing stopped and all that. But I'm telling you, man, if you banged in the 80s and in the 90s or the 70s, you know damn well, man, the shit that went on in 92 was not accepted before 92. And then, like I said, the killing picked back up in 92, 93, 94. I believe it started to tail off in 94. Y'all could check the numbers yourself, but again, I was gone 95, 96, 97. I don't know what they were doing on the street, but when I came home, it definitely was a cooler place to be, without question. 85 to 95 was a rough, tough, and dangerous. Yeah, but I think before 85, you know, when the 60s and A trains was already going at it. The 90s and the Hoovers was already going at it. The Broadways and East Coast was already going at it. So even 85 is late to some people. You got to go before 85. A lot of shit kicked off in 79, starting in January 79. I did a video called 1979. Go look at that. Go look at that video on the Kel-Mac videos, 1979. You know, the killings was going down in some hoods, not all hoods. Man, from 87 through 96 was a premier gang-banging time for myself. I can go with that for real, Big Dev. I could go with that. But we can't exclude what was going on before that. If you from LA, you got to remember, a lot of dudes got locked up in 86 and 87. A lot of the Crips that was really with the business got locked up in 86 and 87. And those of us that was still on the street, oh no, it was treacherous. Them dudes didn't see all that. It was treacherous. A lot of them dudes got out in 89 and went back in 89. So they missed 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. They missed all them years. But yeah, Deb, dudes that was still on the street, for sure, 87 to 96 was the premier years. Again, I was gone in 95 and 96. I can't speak nothing to 96 and 97. But 95, I was on the run in 95. Caught our case in 94. I was on the run in parts of 95. And it was still going down. It was still going down, but not like it went down in 93, 92, and 91, though. We had hella Cali gangs in St. Louis in the late 80s, early 90s. Linked to Big Kel-Mac urban events of 1979. Good looking out, Ann Odom. Appreciate that. And I want to get out of here bad, but the numbers are still going up. 90 minutes in, the numbers are cool, so I'm going to stick around a little while, I think. Shit, even to early 2000, it was still hell of a shootings that was carried from the 9. You see what I'm saying? People going to keep putting their own years on it. They're going to keep putting their own years on it, man, but I don't know. See, 02. Now we talking 02. People act like them early 2000 was soft, but it was wicked. There was killings. You had to be old enough to understand why people say that era was softer or watered down. Again, you wasn't wearing no Crips wasn't wearing red in them 80s and early 90s. You know what I mean? Crips wasn't, for the most part. I mean, you had individuals such as myself and a few others that sold dope, but you wasn't kicking it with no enemies. Man, after everybody been to prison in the 90s, in the 2000s, you was kicking it with the rivals. You was cool with rivals. You selling dope to rivals. You taking them dope. You borrowing dope from them. You buying guns from them. Man, you couldn't get no guns from no enemy in the 80s and 90s. Nigga, you could not do that. Man. So that's why people say that. And then y'all got to remember, LA was at the height of the black population during them war years. If you don't believe me, look that shit up. I done studied that shit. I done looked up all that shit back in the day. My memory I can't just give you the specific dates. and numbers, but you got to remember back then the black population was large, homie. Even in the high schools, you had a large black population. The Mexicans took over. The Mexicans took over them schools. Mexicans are not killing each other like black people kill each other. That is a fact. Everybody like to say, whites kill whites, Mexican kill Mexican, black kill Mexican. Man, look that shit up. There was a year in the 80s when LA was popping. You know how many murders it was in East LA? Zero. It was 1 year in East LA in the 80s that had zero murders. And you gonna tell me Mexicans kill each other like blacks kill each other? Hell no. I don't care what y'all say, who get offended or who think I'm wrong. Look that shit up. Nigga, blacks be killing blacks like a motherfucker. And then Mexicans was killing blacks and blacks was killing Mexicans. It was tough. The Mexican and black war started 92, 93. So yeah, it was on, especially in Compton it was on. Especially when the coast got involved and other sets and the jungles and the 20s and the 18th streets. Yeah, it was cracking. That's undeniable. Nobody denies that. But prior to the Mexican and black wars, prior to 92, blacks was killing blacks, and we had the most homicides in LA history. The height of the black population, look it up. Blacks had good numbers in all the high schools. Man, blacks got killed. Blacks went to prison. Blacks lost their homes or sold their homes and moved outside of LA County. Blacks that held on to their homes started renting out their homes and moving out of town. CV70s were added with Park Village, Spooktown, and Acacia. I never walked out my house back then and worried about a Mexican. My focus was on, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Big Dev. So people can say the 2000s was this, that, and the other. 2002, 2011, 2012 does not compare to the mid 80s and early 90s. It just don't. I'm sorry, it don't compare. We wasn't worried about, we didn't even have no beef with Mexicans. The beef was with us. And we had numbers. And that's why the murders was so high. Sir Shogun, Kev's not lying. He telling the truth. The same thing was going on in St. Louis. And Adam Dam and Odom. Facts. Black folks have to own up to the bullshit. They won't. They can't. Because everybody want to be harder or just as hard as the last generation. Every generation wants to be harder than the last generation. My thing is, you have to be old enough to live through the different generations or do your research to understand the difference. Man, I'm telling you. Now, you talking about close to 100,000 people left. Now, tell us how many black people died during that time. You talking at least between 400 and 1,000 deaths every year during that time. So now multiply, let's go with the low term. Let's go with 400. Of course, they all wasn't black, but gang-related murders. 400 over 30 years. Now multiply that by the average number of kids that blacks have. We done ruined families. We done ruined generations. You know what? A lot of people don't talk about it. I used to tag along with my dad, uncle, friends to visit their homeboys. It drove that first generation, not just jail and hell. Man, not just jail and hell, but out the city too. Planned Parenthood helped for the worst and the best. It helped young women learn how to take care of their kids. But it taught a lot of black people not to have kids. Mexican like, nigga, fuck that. You don't find no Mexican in them classes. Mexican like, nigga, we don't believe in condoms. We don't believe in protection. Nigga, they just nutting up and everything. And that's why they have more kids than us. Blacks be like, man, like Ray Carew. I don't want no kid. That kid gonna take $1 million from me. Nigga be worried about the money than having a offspring. White people be cheating in their relationship. They be like, I'm gonna kill that nigga. I'm gonna kill my wife so I can have this baby by him. They be cold with it. East Coast 5'9", East Side Crip community. Black was deep. What I'm trying to tell y'all, the people that ain't listening, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It wasn't just that community. It was all our communities. How you think the Jungles was able to run a Mexican set? Well, I don't want to say Mexican because they had more than just Mexican, but how could they run a set up out their turf and run their people up out the turf? And the Jungles was still cool. From 79 to 94, there were 7,300 gang-related murders. That's 27% of the 27,000 murders. Well, you know, it wasn't a whole lot of murders in the early 70s. Like I said, you notice I keep going back to the early 90s, and I will throw in the late 80s, like Dev said, from 87 to 96. How many gang-related murders was it between 87 and 90? I'm going to say 94. Forget 79 to 87, but there were murders during that time because that's when the gang wars broke out within the Crips. Yeah, you were extinct in LA. I wrote about that shit in 2000 about LA was going to be extinct. I wrote about how we going to have museums and be like, the kids going to be like, Mama, what's that? That's a Crip. What's a Crip? Ain't no more. They extinct. It's a black man. Ain't no more. They extinct. Big whole apartment building. Man, that's another good point. The whole apartment buildings was black all over. Whole apartment buildings. But you might have one Mexican family up in there, especially if they got along with blacks, like ran with blacks. Then you didn't even see them as Mexican or brown. You just seen them as one of us. Yeah, the war years, homie, for real. Nah, it's hard to get a black radio station now. I mean, you got a lot of black personalities on there. Let me see something. Tab. Now, let me see. Damn, I can't even read this shit. Damn, I can't read this shit. But it says in 1993, 1,186 cases, gang members were more likely to be young black men who died of gunshot wound. That's 1,186 in 1993. Now, let's look at them numbers. 1992. Remember, I said it went up 91, 92, 93, 94. Now, 93 was that bad, right? firearms were used. Okay, we're not talking about that. But that's a large percentage of all the killings through them decades. 79 to 94, there were 7,300 gang-related murders. That's 15 years the DJ posted. That's 15 years. 1,100 go into 7,300 less than 7 times. So out of them 15 years, more than 10% is attributed to 1 year alone. 1 year alone out of that 15 years. And that's just 93. Like I said, 91, 92, 93, 94. See, them the years. Them the years, man, that I'm trying to tell y'all. Like Compton said, that them the war years. Us older people call them the war years. The younger people don't see it like that, but we call them the war years. It's universal. We all do, no matter what set or what part of the county you're from. Everybody know the war years. On site in the county jail, on site. You squabbling your enemy. That's another thing that's changed. Later on, you go to the county jail, you kicking it with your enemies. You talking to a blood or rival ally, talking about, nigga, the Mexicans trip, nigga, we all together. Don't trip, we together. Nigga, it wasn't like that before. We wasn't no motherfucking together. Nigga, you better go in that corner with your 3 or 4 allies, nigga, and wait to get your ass kicked. Wait to get your eye blacked or tell the deputy you need to roll it up. Y'all need to go to somebody's module or something, nigga. That's why they said watered down. Yeah, you talk to older dudes, man. Damouz wasn't on the main line like that, not letting it be known. You had some down ass ones on the line, but you had a whole bunch of them that wasn't. Nigga, now anybody could go to the main line. Nigga, what you gonna do? So that's why people say it's watered down now. And if you're young, you don't know that. You didn't experience that shit. That's all we saying. It's no disrespect to anybody. It's just the way people see. That's like the NFL and basketball. People say it watered down because you see niggas out. Oh, I'm sitting out today. I get some days off. Nigga, that might be cool in your time. That wasn't cool when O.J. Simpson and Jim Brown was running backs. That wasn't cool when Fran Tarkenton and Johnny Unitas was getting their teeth knocked out their mouth. No, I don't agree with that, YG Snipes. I mean, you could look at it that way, but I don't agree. LA let Chicago be the face of gangbanging since 2012. LA was never looked at as the same since it's been watered. Still, you throwing a date on there that I wouldn't dare even start at 2012. Yeah, they got load management. They got you can't hit the quarterback. You can't touch a wide receiver. You can't hit with your helmet. You can't do shit. I think people were scared to be Panthers because the government was making political prisoners out of dudes that was hooked up, and they were attacking the LA Panthers and the Panthers from up north and across the nation. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And also, it was just a new era. It was time to do something different. You know what I'm saying, Southside? Tell these niggas, man, these niggas don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear their truth. They don't want to hear the truth. You see what I'm saying? That alone should let people know times change. And then, like I said, the wearing red and kicking it with your rival. Nigga, I wouldn't dare be at Slick's house back in the 80s, nigga. I wouldn't dare be in Compton at No Blood's house. Man, it's way different. Man, I introduced Slick to some of my homies, man. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, never. I mean, don't get me wrong, I messed with a couple Bloods. I really did, but not no bunch of Bloods. And I used to have issues with the homeboy. Good looking out, Shotty. Appreciate that. That's hood. That's hood. Um, so yeah, I used to go mess with Bloods, nigga. I still had issues. Nigga, some of the Bloods was tripping on me, dissing Crip and all that. Nigga, they dissing the allies and all that on the dice. On everything. Um, it wasn't cool for me to be over there. I was going over there in the middle of aggression. Now you could go to enemy hood, nigga, and it's cool. Nigga better not say anything. You better not dish your set. Nigga, we all kicking it. We all equal. No, it wasn't like that, man. I was against the grain. I wasn't bringing my homies with me. I had to go solo. Nigga, it'd be a bloodbath if I bring some homies. Either the homies gonna shoot them or they gonna shoot the homies. Me too, YG Snipes. Now I agree with you on that. See, we could agree 100% on that. I'm with you on that one. Shit, ain't no doubt. Nigga, I don't want my kids to see that shit or live through that shit. I mess with less than a handful of Southsiders. One Filipino, one Wifins, one lot 13. I don't mess with no other Southsiders. Crip ran mainline for us. The sheriff asked who was a blood or a homo, not saying that they was weaker. They just didn't have. And I ain't calling them weak either. But I'm saying you don't have to fight them, is what I'm saying. And they wasn't going to fight you back. They didn't have the numbers. A lot of them didn't have the heart. But there was still some that did. There was some that was hard as a motherfucker, down as a motherfucker. But they were so far and in between back then. Nigga, they was on the main line. It was a whole different ball game, nigga. Like, nigga, you ain't even really got the trip no more. But before that, it was on site. Western Ave, Queen Valentine, you can't wear red lingerie. You a lady first night. It hasn't all the way died out. Nah, ain't nobody said it all the way died out. You know, some wars get a spark and start back. It's like when you out there with them fireworks and they shoot off fireworks, you think that shit over with. Some of that shit still be burning. Did the essay from Lot ever get him a sister? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. He never got one through me. You remember that story, huh? Yeah, that's the homie, though. You ain't no lady if you ain't got no red damn panties. What the hell? Man, 702 be sneak this. 702 be straight sneak dissing and then blame me. Mac, you antagonize me, you embarrass me, you take it out on me. Man, I don't know how 702 even come in my presence. She act like she hate me to death, but I know she love me. When Keefe D told Mob James there was monsters behind the wall in the 80s, he would have got thrown off the tier head first. If you don't cut it out. Nigga. Man. Started wearing red as I got older. It's just too bright, yo. Now, see, this is what I be saying about this red shit, right? No disrespect to the color red, but I keep a pair of red Pumas at my door and burgundy Adidas at my front door. I kid you not. I keep them by my door, but I don't put them on. I got red shirts. Some way, somehow, they slowly disappear. I think I'll be throwing them away, but I also think when I have company, they be stealing my shirts. Because why I don't have them red shirts? I do got a red one right here, though. This is for Jimmy the Bishop. Right? But here's the thing. I don't really put the shit on, right? But then you got brothers that's crip, cuz. Specifically, but not targeting Sag. You know what Sag had on when he came over here the other day? Sag had on some red shoes, some red socks, and I think he had a red hat on. I don't remember, but I think he had a red hat on. He might have had a red shirt on. I don't remember. But he had on red shoes, red strings and shit. I'm like, see? Niggas be talking about they never wear red and they don't wear red. Because sometimes people change for a day. It don't mean you wear red all year. It don't mean you wear red when you go out. You know what I'm saying? But man, people have red sometimes. TPK stay flamed though. He got so much red. I think he really was a blood. That nigga wears so much red. When he was a mailman, he probably had a red mailman outfit. This nigga changed the colors to red. That Tab P live yesterday, T-Po and Baby C Crazy on Jury 2. Wait, what are you saying, Shotty? Because I'm gonna do a story on them. I'm gonna do a story on them this week. I mean, Western Ave too hard. You know what I'm saying? She don't like red. She just too hard for me. I want my lady in red and hot pink for sure. Get them toes done. They don't have to be red, but bitch, you don't have to wear blue either. Them blue nails don't look good on everybody. Everybody don't know how to wear blue nails. No, I'm not saying that shout out to the blood. I'm saying as a lady though, no red nails, no red lipstick. Come on, Walk Queen. That's what I'm saying, 702. I agree with you on that, 702. You's a fucking lady. No red nails? That's crazy to me. No red panties? That's crazy to me. If it's too much red, get a G-string. Get some lace panties or something. Do ladies even wear lace panties anymore? That was a thing when I was younger. Every girl I had to have some lace panties on. I put up in the next fools were so flamed up I felt uncomfortable. Man, HOJJ. Blue and gold Rams life. I heard that shit. You must have liked that golf hat I had on the other day. Old County Jail. Hall of Justice Jail. But see, some girls don't wear underwear, but I like them to wear underwear, man. It's I need that sexy thought in my head. I'ma see you naked. So right now, just make me, you know what I'm saying, get up mentally. Hell no, lipstick, I don't use it. I ain't mad at her for that. I ain't mad at this. She don't wear lipstick. Yeah, red is sexy on a lady. For real, for real. I don't get it. Like, nigga, yeah. But Western Ave, super crypto. I don't believe that naked is as sexy as it get. Because sometimes when they get naked, you see a lot of flaws. You can hide some flaws with them panties on. Let me give you some game real quick. Some might have a scar by their coochie. Some may have a scar across their belly because they done got some fat removed or a C-section, right? With them panties, they can hide that shit. So it's sexy with the panties on. It may not be so sexy when the panties come off. Depending how they groom themselves or wax themselves. Courtesy flush. I agree with that courtesy flush. I like some women in boxer briefs. I told y'all a story where my homeboy gave me a gun and I went over there and his baby mama had on some boxers. I never thought about messing with her ever. I was like, damn, shit. Like, God damn. I'm even looking at that hole in the boxes in the front, like, damn, can I like go through the front? like, no, real talk. Some women, I ain't gonna say all, because they all have different body shapes and they all gonna wear them different too. But some women are sexy with the boxer briefs or boxers. Women just know how to dress to make a man feel turned on. To start, yep, cowboy. Some do, some don't. Because I'm gonna tell you, like I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna get out of here in 6 minutes. I'm guessing I'm gonna get out of here, but because 702 said I'm talking too much. But let me tell you about some women. Some women think they have something sexy on. For example, I've been with a couple girls, homegirls that you call friends or sister, and the kids call you uncle, but you really, it's more than that. So they put on their best pajamas and shit. Okay, we could go on capping for an hour. They put on their best pajamas and shit. That shit ain't sexy. Man, you got an old lady stomach and shit, and we don't need no. I tell every girl I ever mess with, you don't need no pajamas with me. All you need is panties and a t-shirt. You don't need nothing else. Panties and a t-shirt. If your feet is raggedy, you're gonna need some socks. But don't worry, I got plenty of socks for you. I got new socks I ain't never wore for you. What color you want? Black, white, or gray? But they don't be sexy, bro. They really don't. And then some women, like depending what size booty they got, what size stomach they got, they'll wear something that would be sexy on somebody else, but you looking at them like, man, you got a long ass stomach and a long ass booty. Now you should put something else on. That shit ain't sexy. So I don't agree that all women know how to put sexy stuff on for seduction. I think in their mind, they think they sexy. All of them don't look sexy, homie. Why do young motherfuckers think pajamas and I hate that. And you know what's funny? He said I sound like him. You know what's funny about that though, Courtesy Flush? Remember how when we was coming up, like I'm not talking about like when we was coming up, because blacks and Mexicans came up together. But after that part, after, when the racial stuff came, a lot of Chicanos or Mexican, whatever you want to call them, South Americans, like they didn't dress hip hop. They didn't dress hip hop. A lot of they didn't cross out their own set their enemy set like we did. Like we would always hit up PK, BK, CK, whatever. The dudes came with the OK. That's what we did. Mexicans didn't hit up their rivals and cross them out. That was giving too much respect to the rival. So it's a lot of things Mexicans didn't do. My point being, now you got Mexican girls wearing pajamas in the store. That shit, I agree with you. That shit look raggedy and ghetto as hell, even though we from the ghetto or we thrived in the ghetto or we wanted to be ghetto. That shit is ghetto as hell. And I can't stand every time I see a Mexican girl walk in a damn Walmart or Target or fast food joint in pajamas. I be wanting to say, that shit is ugly. And we didn't like when black girls did it. So we damn sure don't like when y'all doing it. You ever mess with a thick girl that has some strong what? I don't know what that is, homie. I hate to see some slept in like ball PJ. The Mexican, that's what I was saying, Southside, but I didn't use those terms. But I'm saying eventually they start doing everything that we did. And so now it's them doing the ghetto shit. Yeah, that's what they are. But I'm out of here, y'all, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks to those four that looked out. OG Steve, Jerry Allen, Shotty, and it was one more, I believe. Candace Kirksey. Lint ball PJs, pajamas in the fresh fair, just saying, yeah. See y'all on this sport. We going over the Capping with Kev Mac, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching. I'm out.